Okay, so let's say that I'm working on this first one. I have phosphorus and bromine. I know that those are two nonmetals, so I know that this is a molecular compound. So I can write the name because I have my little chart here with my prefixes. So this is going to be phosphorus. Remember, when it is the first element and there's only one of that atom, you do not use the prefix mono. But for the second element, you for sure do. Bromine, and there's 5. 5 is penta. So pentabromide. Remember, they end in IDE. Next one, nitrogen. Remember, no mono prefix. And then that's a 3 atoms. 3 is tri. So trifluoride. Remember, they end in IDE. Ooh, now I have a 5 here. So 5 is penta. So pentaphosphorus. Second element is oxygen, and there's 10. Deca is 10. Decaoxide. Remember, ide ends in ide. Then I have 2, N2O4. So 2 is di, so dinitrogen. And then 4 oxygens is tetra, so tetroxide. Tetroxide. All right, phosphorus again, I only have 1, so no mono prefix, just phosphorus. And then there's 3 chlorines. 3 is tri, so trichlorine. Chloride, whoops, there it goes, it ends in ide. All of them end in ide. All right, we can also work backwards, so if you are giving the name, you can also come up with the formula. So sulfur, I know that is just 1. And then dioxide means that there's 2 oxygens. So O, and then I have to put my little subscript of 2. And then diphosphorus, so I know that there's 2 phosphorus. You might need to use a periodic table if you're still not familiar with the element symbols. That's fine. And pentoxide, so O, pent, the prefix pent is 5, so I know that it has to be O5. Dihydrogen, that means that I have 2 hydrogens, so H2. Monosulfide, that means I have 1 sulfur, H2S. Sulfur, just 1 S. Tetrafluoride, tetra means 4. My fluoride is F, and as F4 is my answer. Krypton, Kr. Hexafluoride, hexa suggests 6, so I have 6 fluorides attached there. Sodium oxide, so if you notice I have it highlighted, that is because sodium is a metal. So remember, my molecular or covalent compounds are made up of 2 non-metals. So sodium is a metal, therefore this one is not a molecular compound. I cannot use this. So I actually have to go and back and do my balancing. So I know that sodium is Na and it has a charge of +1. And I know that oxygen has a charge of 2-. And I know that because oxide, right? So now I have to somehow balance this. So I'm going to need 2 positive atoms, 2 sodium atoms, to counterbalance this 2 negative charge. So my final formula compound is going to be Na2O. And that's it. Dichlorine monoxide, di suggests 2, meaning right here, so Cl, chlorine, and then 2. And then monoxide suggests 1 oxygen, so that's it. Iron 3 hydroxide, well, I have this highlighted because iron is a metal, and like I said, we are only dealing with molecular compounds when we use this kind of naming with the prefixes. So I know that it has to be Fe. I know that the Roman numerals right here are talking about the charge of my metal. So I know that Fe has a charge of 3 positive. And hydroxide is one of my polyatomic ions. So that's why I have this chart right here. Hydroxide is OH minus. So OH minus. So I need to balance out these charges. I know that if I can have, let's see, 3 negative charges, it can balance out my 3 positive charge. So I have a 3 plus charge here, and I can have -1, -2, -3. Now I know that if I have 3 hydroxides, my charges are balanced. And remember, I have to put my polyatomic ions in parentheses, and I'm going to need 3 of them. All right, and last one, it's also highlighted because it is definitely not a molecular compound. Magnesium is a metal, so I was trying to trick you there. So Mg, I know that it has a 2 plus ion from the periodic table because it's in group 2, and it's a metal, so it's a positive. And nitrite, nitrite is right here, NO2 minus, so NO2 minus. So I know that I need to balance out this 2 positive charge, and I have a -1 charge, so I'm going to need another -1 charge. So another NO2 -1 charge. So now I have a +2 charge and a -1, -2. My charges are balanced, so I'm going to end up using 1 magnesium and parentheses 2 parentheses 2 of my nitrite ions, or yeah, polyatomic ions. And that is it.